அகத்தியன் கண்ட அமுத மொழி, அமிழ்தினும் இனிய மொழி, உலகத்தின் முதல் மொழி. தரணி போற்றும் நம்மொழி, கடவுளே இறங்கி வந்து சங்கம் அமைத்து வளர்த்த மொழியாம் நம் தாய்மொழியாம் தமிழ் மொழியை போற்றி இறை வணக்கத்தை துவங்குவோம். பேசா பொருளை பேச நான் துணிந்தேன், கேட்கா வரத்தை கேட்க நான் துணிந்தேன். மண் மீது உள்ள மக்கள், பறவைகள், விலங்குகள், பூச்சிகள், புற்பூண்டு, மரங்கள் யாவும் என்மிலையால் இடும்பை தீர்ந்தே இன்புற்று அன்புடன் இணங்கி வாழ்ந்திடவே செய்தல் வேண்டும் தேவதேவா என்று மகாகவி பாரதியின் வரிகளை தாங்கி அகிலத்தின் அண்ட சராசரங்களை இரையாய் கண்ட மகாகவியின் கவிதையை நினைவு கூறும் இத்திங்களில் வரவேற்புரையாற்ற சித்திரை பெண்ணை வருக, சீரும் சிறப்பும் பெருக, முத்திரை பதிக்க வருக, முத்தமிழ் போற்ற வருக, வரவேற்புரை தருக ஆங்கிலத்துறை பேராசிரியர் ஆ. சுகன்யா மணிமாறன் அவர்களை அன்புடன் அழைக்கின்றேன்.
A very good morning to one and all gathered here on this auspicious occasion. I'd like to welcome you all for this seminar. Stars shine at night. Some stars shine at bright daylight. It's a pleasure to welcome one such a star, secretary and correspondent of our college. I welcome you, sir. I welcome our treasurer of our college. I welcome you, sir. Sixth President of United States, John Quincy Adams says, if your action inspires others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you're a leader. I heartily welcome the leader of our college, Principal Dr. O. Ravi. I welcome you, sir. Swami Vivekananda says, a man is not poor without money, but a man is really poor without dreams and ambitions. I welcome our Vice Principal, Dr. A. Jodi Ravi. He is a man of dreams and ambitions. I welcome him. Swami Vivekananda says, everything is easy when you are busy, but nothing is easy when you are lazy. My warm welcomes to Dr. M. Manihandan, coordinator of self-financing courses of our college. He is a person who makes us busy. I welcome him. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. I welcome our resource person, Dr. V.P. Rati Arumugam. You are a successful personality with happiness. I welcome you, ma'am. A teacher builds character, inspires dreams, encourages creativity, builds confidence, instills a lot of learning, and changes our lives forever. I welcome all teachers. It's my immense pleasure to welcome you all once again.
சிறப்பு விருந்தினரை அறிமுகப்படுத்தவிருக்கும் கணிதத்துறை உதவி பேராசிரியர் டாக்டர் ஏ. அமலாப்பிரியா அவர்களை அன்புடன் அழைக்கின்றேன்.
Let me begin with a quote of Gandhiji. Champions are made from something they have deep inside of them. A desire, a dream, a vision. Today I am standing in front of you to introduce a champion who was a successful player in most of her attempts. Yes, it is none other than our guest of honor and speaker, Dr. V.P. Rati, Assistant Professor of English, Mannar Thirumalai Nayakar College, Pasumalai, Madurai. During the college days, ma'am was an outstanding and meritorious student who received proficiency prize and top scorer awards, and she continued her higher education in English literature in Madurai Kamaraj University and completed her doctorate degree in the same institution under the topic Diasporic Perspectives in the Select Novels of Bharati Mukherjee, Chitra Banerjee, Divakaruni and Rohinton Mystery. Our speaker had made her still more qualified by clearing SLET exam conducted by Bharati University, Coimbatore. Ma'am has totally 12 years of teaching experience in Mannar Thirumalai Nayakar College, and she has worked in Majora College too. Her interest and creativity towards teaching made her to win Best Teacher of the Year 2020 by Perfectio Awards and Best Teacher Award by ESN Awards, Chennai. Success in writing borns from reading. Our guest has read a plethora of books, due to which she authored 4 books, namely Translations of 9 Divine, Wisdom World, The Power of Mind, Blessing Peacocks. The passion towards her specialized field made her to win many Best Paper Awards in various international conferences. She has also published nearly 50 papers in different conferences. Our guest of honor has completed 1 institutional project work and waiting to finish 1 more project. Self-development is a journey, savor the process. She kept on developing herself by attending various international workshops and faculty development programs. At the same time, she shared her thoughts in different guest lectures as a resource person. This creative writer and innovative hybrid teacher has started her own YouTube channel called VP Rati Arumugam, which contains videos related to her teachings. You can also read her poems by visiting allpoetry.com. Thank you.
பார்ப்போற்ற காத்து கொண்டிருக்கும் என் அன்பு முதல்வர்களை அன்புடன் அழைக்கின்றேன்.
Resourceful and thoughtful personality. Actually, Mr. Arumugam of our college English department brought her to my office on various occasions. When I met her, she used to show some kinds of achievement on academic sides. So she has real touch with academic activities forever. Seeing such a personality nowadays at this young age is rare phenomenon. In that aspect, she impressed me in many ways. That's why I invited her to deliver a talk on preachings of nature and its creatures through literature. The topic is very wonderful. Any person can make you realize how wonderful the world is. Only few will make you realize how wonderful you are in the world. Take care of such a few personalities. It is a quotation. This is a message on these occasions. We must do one thing. Our work will impress the audience. Then only we will get appreciations and congratulations from the audience sides. Okay, then we will be at the place of PT2. So, dear teachers, I take every opportunity in a right way. Please keep it in your mind. Don't think and speak about the third persons. Okay, that is not necessary. Every day you learn something. In the previous meetings, I mentioned one thing. That is, every teacher will be bright either in academic activities or in sports activities or in co-curricular activities. Now my duty is to identify them who are fit for academic activities. Basically, we are teachers. We should have academic activities. We should have no academic activities. We have to do and we have to add such academic activities in our profile. That is bounden duty of every teacher. Okay, suppose you are good at sports, that is separate. That will, teacher must do academic activities. Suppose you are good at sports, it is an added advantages to you. Suppose you are good at cultural activities, it is added advantages to you. Keep it in your mind. Okay, please make use of this opportunity and learn something. Okay, during the feedback time, I expect your comments, whether it may be positive or negative. Please watch, you note down something, you create sentences during the time of expressing feedback. Please express something. It is my request. So, on behalf of our management, vice principal, coordinator, and teachers, I welcome her and I congratulate her. We have opened a platform. She can use of this platform to showcase her talents. Okay, so I welcome and I congratulate her.
வேகத்தின் மழைத்துளி வினோதமானது, பூக்களின் நறுமணம் புதுமையானது, பறவைகளின் பாட்டு இனிமையானது, மலையின் மௌனம் அர்த்தமானது, மரத்தின் தென்றல் மென்மையானது, ஆழ்கடல் அமைதி அதிசயமானது, அருவியின் அழகு ஆச்சரியமானது, இருளின் பயம் விசித்திரமானது, விண்ணின் தூரம் விசாலமானது, அன்பின் உறவு அழகானது. இவை அனைத்தும் உள்ளடக்கிய இயற்கை புதிரானது மட்டுமல்ல, புனிதமானதும் கூட. இப்படிப்பட்ட இயற்கையை நாம் இழந்து கொண்டிருக்கின்றோம். பல்லுயிர்களையும் வாழ வைத்த இயற்கையையும் உழைக்கும் மக்களை பேணி காத்த இயற்கை வளங்கள் இன்று ஏன் இல்லை? இவற்றை எல்லாம் சிந்தையில் இருத்தி விருந்தினரின் கருத்துரையை கேட்டு மகிழ்வோம்.
I shall start with a slogan. Good morning to everyone. First of all, you are all seniors. I am here to deliver a lecture. I would like to treat all the teachers as my students today. Then only I can stand you before here. I thank the principal of our college, the principal of PMT college, Dr. O. Ravi sir, who has given me an opportunity to deliver this speech. My presentation, guest lecture is Preachings of Nature and its Creatures through Literature. First, I shall read my poem. I expect you all to say good morning for that. Let us start. Okay. Smiling petals of fragrant flowers lisp to me. Please say good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Smiling petals of fragrant flowers lisp to you.
Good morning.
Sweetly flowing waterfalls uttered me.
Good morning.
No sound, okay. Shining sunrise that erases sun. Dark night pronounced to me.
Good morning.
Glittering green painted grasses whispered me.
Good morning.
Black and white cattle grazing loud to me.
Good morning.
Floating foams in the sky addressed to me.
Good morning.
Bending branches to shower blessings articulated me.
Good morning.
Tranquil lake of cool water wished to me.
Good morning.
Gentle breeze touching my cheek softly kissed me.
Good morning.
Ebb and flow of hungry waves roared to me.
Good morning.
Glimmering soil of smelling emanated all.
Good morning.
Brown brother of growing mountain expressed me.
Good morning.
Hither and thither, honey butterfly murmured me.
Good morning.
Colorful nature which colors my day chanted me.
Good morning.
All nature, pasture, creature, I replied.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yes. See here, nature is here. Nature is the foremost and the predominant influence on man. So we must welcome this nature. When nature extends its hand to utter good morning to us, you need not expect good morning from all the human beings in this world. When you enter this college, say good morning to all the trees which are growing in this college. All the trees would bless you. When you see nature, see it. Don't see it externally. See it internally. உள்ள ஆழ்ந்து பாருங்க. How the roots of the trees are deeply rooted. How it is standing firmly. Like that, we people also must stand firmly in this world. Then only all the people in this world will respect us. The principal of this college, Dr. O. Ravi sir, has come here to water all the flowers blossomed in this garden. And your sweet scent, that fragrance must be emanated and it must be reached all over the world. That's my today's prayer. Definitely, one day all the teachers will be a successful personality in this college, sir. Because you have arranged so many guest lectures, I have also watched in YouTube channels also. Look at the duck. See, when you see this duck, this is our imaginary vision. The duck seems to be floating smoothly on the topmost part of the water. But when you see it in reality, under that there is a restless pedaling. So when we work hard, our success will be seen by all the people. Our life also will run so smooth. Nothing is worth without struggle. Struggling, the real life, of course. See, I could remember the quotes of Shakespeare in As You Like It. Sweet are the uses of adversity, which like a tail, ugly and venomous. And this is our life which exempts from public, that hunts, finds stunts from trees, books from running brooks, servants in stones, and good in everything. See, in Greek mythology, the toad, which is utter black in color, has a precious jewel on its forehead. Frog, the toad before stage na toad nu solluvom. அதுக்கு வந்து ஒரு அழகான ஜுவல் இருக்குமா இந்த foreheadல. Dark placeல இந்த toad இருக்கும்போது அப்படியே black color தெரியாது. Okay, we cannot see that black color of the toad, but we could see the precious stone shining. Shakespeare compares this that is sweet or the uses of adversity. ஒரு மனிதனுடைய கஷ்டகாலம் தான் adversity. When we are struggling hard in this world, we will not be seen by all the people in this world. But when we become successful, it will be like that precious stone on its forehead. That's what he has compared this toad to the people's success. Then he says, finds tongues from trees. Finds tongues from trees. Look at the trees. How the trees are donating the fruits, flowers, roots, trunk, etc. So we must learn that how to donate others. Then he says, books from running brooks. We need not study book to learn how to sacrifice ourselves. We can learn from brooks. சிறு ஓடை கூட அவ்வளவு அழகா நமக்கு டீச் பண்ணும் how to sacrifice everything in this life. So then next he says, find stunts from trees, books in running brooks, and sermons from stones. See, this, when you see the stone never moves an inch here or there. When it shines or showers, மழை பெய்யும் பொழுதோ இல்ல வெயில் அடித்தாலோ கல்லு ஒரு இன்ச்சு கூட நகராது. It will be there in the same position. So what we can learn from that stone means patience. பொறுமையை கத்துக்கணும். How we must be patient. Then good in everything. So whatever we see in this nature, we can learn a lot. That's what Shakespeare says here. Learn patience from rocks to keep away your emotional blocks. That quote inspired me to write this quote. I would like to tell a story here. Of course, you know the story, I think so. There is a stone cutter. Once there was a stone cutter and he was cutting the stones. He was not satisfied with his work. So he just went to an aristocrat's house. Aristocrat, nothing but a rich man. And that rich man, he is very wealthy in all his possessions, everything. All the people in that village, they used to respect him, honor him a lot. அவ்வளோ மரியாதை கொடுக்குறாங்க. அப்ப I want to become this rich man. I want to become like this aristocrat. Then he says. Then suddenly he becomes aristocrat. This is story, imaginary story. Then God blessed him a lot. After becoming an aristocrat, he was not satisfied with his profession. So he went to another official's house, a higher authority official. And that higher official was also honored by all the people. So he wanted to become the higher official and he became the higher official. And all the people in that village respected him a lot. So when he was walking along the path, the sun's heart, he could not tolerate it. It perspires him a lot. பயங்கரமா வேர்த்து கொட்டது. நான் பார்க்கறாரு சன்ன. He looked at the sun. I thought that the higher official is the supreme personality in this earth, but the sun is the greatest creature in this world, he thought. So I want to become a sun. Then he became a sun. Then after becoming the sun also, he was not satisfied. For a moment, a dark cloud appeared in front of the sun, that is, it was hiding the sun's light. Then from the earth we could not see that sunlight. Then, so I thought sun is the supreme creature, but this cloud is the supreme creature. So I wanted to become a supreme creature. Then again he became a cloud. Then the wind blows heavily. The cloud moves here and there. Okay, he was moving here and there. I thought the cloud is the supreme creature, but here the wind which blows heavily, it takes me here and there. So wind is the supreme creature. I wanted to become a wind. He becomes a wind. Then after that, he was happy for a while. The wind blows heavily here and there, a storm wind. Okay, how like Kaja Puyal or previously we had like that. He was very happy that he destroyed so many places. After that, he reached a mountain. That is, the wind reached a mountain rock, and then in that rock he cannot push it. So he thought that he cannot push that rock. He cannot break that rock. Then he became the rock himself at last. Then again, what happened means a stone cutter on the way, he comes there and he just breaks the stone into two. Then at last he becomes a stone cutter. So he just begins his life where it ends. So whatever the profession may be, you just be satisfied with your work. That's what here this nature story tells us a lot. Look at this eagle. You might have heard a lot of stories on eagle. This is Robert Browning's The Incident of the French Camp. This is one stanza. I shall read. The chief's eye flashed, but presently softened itself as sheets. A film the mother eagle's eye, when her bruised eaglet breathes. You are wounded, nay, sing, Napoleon Bonaparte, as you all know, he is the emperor of the French camp and he was the king. Unfortunately, he was hit. His leg was bruised in one of the wars. So he took rest and he was standing on the mountain. He was standing on the mountain. We could just take up what is happening in the world. Okay, how they are going to conquer Ratisbon. He was eagerly waiting. See, one of the soldiers, he was riding on a horse, very fast. Of course, he was shot on his chest. Blood oozes out in his mouth. ரத்தம் அப்படி வாயில தள்ளுது. ஆனா அங்க அவன் வந்து எப்படி பண்றான்னா, "Oh king, we have won, we have conquered Ratisbon, we have conquered Ratisbon." He was very happy. But Napoleon, listening to this the news, "Oh, we have won, we have conquered Ratisbon." At the time, he was compared to a mother eagle. He was compared to a mother eagle. That eaglet was compared to a soldier. How Robert Browning compares means, when you see the eagle at the top of the mountain will build a nest, and when the eaglets are born, it will pluck its feather. தன்னுடைய ரெக்கையவே கொத்தி அது ஸ்பாஞ்ச் மாதிரி நெஸ்டுக்குள்ள வைக்கும். It plucks its own feathers and it safeguards its eaglets. But the same eaglet, what it will do means to train the eaglet to fly. பறக்க வைக்கும்போது it takes all those eaglets on its feathers and it will move to a certain height and it will just push all the eaglets. கீழே தள்ளி விட்டுட்டு whether the eaglets are learning to fly or not, it expects with its expressions, and some of the eaglets may dash on the rocks and it will die soon. The Napoleon emperor, okay, he is compared to the mother eagle, and the bruised eaglet, now the soldier, his mouth is full of blood, and he could not console himself. He could not console himself. So he says, "Oh, you are wounded." "Nay," just he says. So this is one type of comparing eagle with a person's character, Napoleon's character and the eaglets. The next slide, please. When we say about eagle, we think about the concentration, the power of concentration. When even I could quote Dr. Abdul Kalam's quote here, "Problems are common, but attitude makes the man difference." Everywhere problems are there, but attitude, உங்களுடைய மனப்பான்மை எப்படி இருக்குதோ அப்படின்னு சொல்றேன். See, eagle just flies above the rain clouds, whereas all the birds will find shelter when it is raining in its nest under the branches of the trees. Here, eagle, when it flies at a long distance, it would keenly observe the chick, and it immediately, within a few fraction seconds of time, it will catch the chick or anything else, whatever it wants to eat, that prey. That's what concentration we can learn from eagle. And I could also tell you, this is not from this topic, but anyway I wanted to tell you the power of concentration on how Swami Vivekananda had this power of concentration. Once upon a time, one of his disciples visited Vivekananda's monastery, the madathukku vararu. See, you always talk about power of concentration. I would like to guess your power of concentration. So what happened means, that is the time in that library they brought a volume of mathematics encyclopedia. a volume of mathematics encyclopedia. Already he has studied many volumes. See, to read encyclopedia, it will take our whole life. நம்ம வாழ்நாள் முழுவதும் படித்தாலும் அதை படிச்சுக்கவே மாட்டோம். அப்படிப்பட்ட ஒரு புக்கை விவேகானந்தா, okay, he read just for a few weeks, and then the disciple met him again. When he asked questions, when he posted several questions to him, Vivekananda was very happy to answer even a word. ஒரு word விடாம அப்படி whatever it is, he answered it. Look at the power of concentration. We people also have such the power of concentration. Power of concentration play a vital role in man's life. When you concentrate on particular thing, surely you will achieve a lot. If you want to become a writer, concentrate on your writing. Read more. Reading maketh full man, conference say a ready man, and writing an exact man, says Francis Bacon. So what is your concentration? Just to focus on it and try to cultivate it. You inculcate the students how to focus on their goal or aim. Then words are like leaves, and where they most abound, much fruit of sense beneath is rarely found. Words are like leaves. This is a familiar quote from Alexander Pope. Alexander Pope is known for his heroic couplet. Most probably, he uses unstressed and stressed syllables. Just I will give another quote. Accept a child nor yet a fool to fame. I lisped in numbers what the numbers came. Alexander Pope, in his poetry, essay on man, he says this quote, accept a child nor yet a fool to fame. நான் இந்த உலகத்துக்கு ஒரு முட்டாளாகவோ ஒரு குழந்தையாகவோ நான் ஃபேமஸ் ஆகல. Accept a child nor yet a fool to fame. But when I was a child, my lisping, என்னுடைய மழலை சொல்லே கவிதை தான் அப்படின்னு சொல்றாரு. How he was very dare, how he was very confident to say in his own poetry. Okay. Then another quote I could say here. Be not the first by whom the new are tried, nor at the last to lay the old aside. This is what unstressed and stressed syllables we used to teach our English students. Be not the first by whom the new are tried. When you communicate with other people, you need not use new words, new coined terms. Be not the first by whom the new are tried, nor at the last to lay the old aside. பழைய வார்த்தைகளை தேடி பிடிச்சு பயன்படுத்தாதீங்க. When you communicate with others, just use normal words, because at the other end they must listen your words. It should not be bombastic in style. You use simple words. He says, I just come to this quote, words are like leaves. He compares words to leaves. And how the rare fruits are found when we just remove all those leaves. Rare fruit, much of wisdom. ஞானத்தின் பழம் எங்கேயோ அப்படி ரேரா தான் கிடைக்கும். இது எப்படி சொல்றேன்னா, in what literary context he says means, we all know everything. Where we must talk, where we should not talk. We must learn this. So leaves are compared to words. When you keep mum, and then another context also, in As You Like It, there is a character called James. He is a melancholic character. ரொம்ப சோகமாவே இருப்பான். Always he bows his head. எப்ப பார்த்தாலும் சோகமா இருப்பான். See, you are a globetrotter. You have gone to several places in the world. You have visited several places in the world. நீ நல்லா ஊர் சுத்தி இருக்கிற, எல்லா பிளேசஸையும் பார்த்திருக்கிற, சரியா? But what you have learned from this world? What you have learned from this world? You learned from this world. He asked, another character asked James, the melancholic character, just keep mum. எல்லாரும் அமைதியா கத்துக்கணும். இதெல்லாம் நான் லேர்ன் பண்ணேன். That's what we have learned. That's what I have learned from this world. whenever I have time, I must express that wisdom. So that's what Alexander Pope also in his an essay on criticism, he compares words to leaves and that wisdom fruit to our sense. Okay. The next is in Robert Frost. Robert Frost is one of the nature poets in American literature, and he defines his own poetry. My poem begins with delight and ends with wisdom. என்னுடைய poem சந்தோஷமா ஆரம்பிக்கும் ஆனா முடிவுல ஒரு ஞானத்தோட முடியும் அப்படின்றார். Okay, that's what Robert Frost says, and you might have also read so many poems when you were studying in schools. Just one quote: "Don't ever take a fence down until you know why it was put up." There is an old adage, proverb: "Good fences make good neighbors." We must keep distance. That's what this COVID pandemic period, it has revived our cultural values. COVID-19, it's a disguise. It's a blessing in disguise. It's a blessing in disguise for us. We have revived our own Tamil culture also. See, என்னதான் ரொம்ப க்ளோஸா பழகினாலும் ஒரு certain distance maintain பண்ணணும். So good fences make good neighbors. That's what Robert Frost also has stressed in this particular quote. And you might have heard this: "The woods are so lovely, so dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, miles to go before I sleep, miles to go before I sleep." So we wanted to cross so many miles. And I could also say that please smile, smile, smile. You need not travel a mile for a smile. Just extending half an inch. It's not a difficult thing for you. Just smile and do your work. Whatever the people may say, they say. You need not consider their words. எப்படினாலும் ஒரு 100% இருந்தா 10% will pass a comment. They will mock at us. You need not consider such persons. So smile and do your duty. Okay, next. Hilary Belloc, a very familiar poet, and he wrote a book called Bad Child's Book of Beasts in 1896. He particularly concentrates on a bird which is extinct now, the dodo. Of course you know this, the dodo. The dodo used to walk around and take the sun and air. The sun yet walks his native ground. The dodo is not there. The voice which used to squawk and squeak is now forever dumb. Yet may you see his bands and beak all in the museum. See, this is a pitiable condition to see this extinct bird in the museum. Look at the picture of this bird. This is dodo. See, in 1598, the Dutch sailors traveled to Mauritius Island. Unfortunately, they killed all these birds. They roasted it for their sense of taste. They tasted it. They ate it. Completely, these birds were destroyed by those Dutch sailors. After that, the scientists did a research. And what did the research say means? This dodo bird these dodo birds chew the fruits of Calvaria tree. Calvaria tree உள்ள பழத்தை சாப்பிடுமா. After digestion, it may eliminate something, and from that only the tree grows. The plant will be grown into a tree. Unfortunately, this Calvaria tree also becomes extinct. It is less in number. See, what happened to these birds? They did research. Okay, it was killed by the Dutch sailors. And now, at present, I just researched in the Google. Google is a Google Krishna like web we can analyze. They are just providing that fruit to turkeys. Turkeys கொடுத்து இப்போ அதை digest பண்ணி வளருதான்னு பார்க்குறாங்களா? Anyway, this tree also becomes extinct. This Calvaria tree. So this is the point. Previous slide, please. Previous slide. This is the point the poet stresses here. Hilary Belloc. So the voice which used to squawk and squeak, this shout, beautiful bird, but now it is no more. But now it is no more. So he has explained the pitiable conditions of those birds through this poetry. So we shall protect this nature. Okay. Let us be vegetarian thereafter. Okay. Next is this is Calvaria tree, and this is what the picture I got it from net. Next, please. Ode to a Nightingale. John Keats is one of the most familiar romantic poets. Without touching John Keats, we cannot take nature as our subject. I could remember this poem, how it starts. My heart aches and a drowsy numbness pains. My sense as though of hemlock I had drunk or emptied some dull opiate and sunk in lethargy waters. Like that it will go. In some melodious plot of beechen green, singest of the summer in full-throated ease. See, actually, the background of this poem, John Keats had a brother, Tom Keats. He was dead because of a disease called consumption. Now we call it tuberculosis. Tuberculosis nana avar irandirraru. So to escape from that reality world, he sat under a palm tree and he composed this poem. At that time, he imagines as if an imaginary nightingale is among the branches. The nightingale sings beautifully in full-throated ease. Avlo alaga saralama paaduma. To deliver a talk, we must take lot of painful efforts we must experience. But the birds never expects any garland. எந்த மலர் மாலையும் அது எதிர்பார்க்காது. அது வாட்டை பாடிக்கிட்டே இருக்கும். All the birds will sing beautifully and it will create that melodious plot around it. Voice, there is no destruction at all. அதிர்வுகள் அங்கேதான் இருக்கும். The vibrations of your voice will be there. If you research it, and even now also Jesus Christ's voice is recorded, where he went to the Sermon on the Mount and he opened his mouth and just preached. Okay, they are recording it now. So your voice has such vibrations. So whatever you utter, say positively. Okay, so that's what in Ode to Nightingale he says, in some melodious plot of beechen green, singest of the summer in full-throated ease. So we can learn that the vibrations of your voice from that birds, how to use your voice at proper time. And next is see, beauty is truth beauty. That is all you know on this earth and all you need to know. This is a familiar quote from his own poem, Ode on a Grecian Urn. Alagudhan unmai, unmaidhan alagu. So, a thing of beauty is joy forever. This is a very familiar first poetic line in his poem, Endymion. And then, a thing of beauty is also joy forever. அழகான பொருளை அங்கங்க பார்த்தா மட்டும்தான் சந்தோஷம் இல்லை, நம்ம நினைச்சா கூட சந்தோஷம் தான். Whenever we imagine, when we are standing in the nearby the gutter, சாக்கடை பக்கத்தில் நின்னுட்டு, okay, when we imagine a beautiful flower rose, even that fragrance we could inhale. That's what imagination plays a vital role. Imagination or nature plays a vital role. A thing of beauty is joy forever, says John Keats. Then Emily Dickinson, who is a very death-obsessed poet, who has wrote more than 1,500 poems, but she kept everything in her bureau. She did not publish it when she was alive. She says, one of the people interviewed her. Yeah, you எழுதின point publish பண்ணாங்க அப்படின்னு கேக்குறாங்க. அப்ப she says, publication is the auction of mind. என் மனதை என்னோட எண்ணங்களை நான் ஏலத்துக்கு விடுற மாதிரி ஆயிரும். So I don't want my poetry to be published. But anyway, her poems were published. And she became a familiar poet. She wrote it. She wrote a poem on the spider. A spider stood at night without a light upon an arc of white. A prophet was of time or shout of no. Himself in form of immortality. His strategy was physiognomy. Just to take, spider is not an insect also. It is an arachnoid. It is also an arachnoid. And I could give one GK here. There is a spider called tarantula. Have you heard? Tarantula? It's a poisonous spider. It never spins web. All the spiders will not spin web except, all the spiders will spin web except this tarantula. This tarantula is a poisonous spider. It lives in Amazon forest. It would spit poison whoever attacks that and the arachnoid. It's not an insect already, I told you. See, when you watch the spider and the spider's web, they will be very happy. Even 2 days before, when I was about to provide food, millet, then wheat, thinai, rye, kambu, I used to provide. We are in busy street at Anna Nagar, so I wanted to help all those birds. Daily I used to provide food. A beautiful spider web I could see on the staircase. So I don't want to just remove this spider web. What I did means, and the 3 spinning web இருக்கும்ல, அது மட்டும் அப்படியே எடுத்து வேற பக்கம் பேஸ்ட் பண்ணிட்டேன். But the spider is there with its web even now also. Okay. We should not harm these creatures. Okay. But in the name of cleansing, we used to clean everything at our home. That's exceptional. Here in Emily Dickinson's poetry also, she talks about the spider which is stood at night without a light. That reflection of that UV rays we could see in this spider. Himself in form. He compares this creation to God's creativity. Just a minute. Of God's creations, only God knows. The outcome of God's creations, only God knows. God knows. Okay, we do not know. We do not know about our future. Physiognomy is nothing but looking at the face and judging your character. Mugatha paathu, face is the index of the mind, we say. Mugalachanatha paathu, ortharude character sollidalam. That's what. So he just talks about God in this poem. God is compared to spider. The next slide. Embedded flowers on this earth. This is my own poem. Just I shall read here. Oleander flowers decrease asthma disease. We have seen many oleanders. Oleander flower. Aralipu irundha asthma disease cure pannum. Okay, it cures asthma disease when you inhale. And last I should tell you, Mullaipu, just transliterated the word. Mullaipu maintains peaceful state of mind. When we inhale the fragrance of Mullaipu and the peaceful state of mind, we could realize it. Then tasting the petals of red lotus, no white hair. Okay, plantain flowers to decrease the body's heat. Valaipu kuda நம்ம பாடியில உள்ள ஹீட்டை குறைக்கும். Innumerable positive energies around you. To mention flowers but not its new. Neem, people, lotus, oleander, champa, mango, bilvam, pumpkin, parijata, jasmine, all these flowers, they have much positive auras. Positive energies. Okay. enthralling flowers, thou art born to sacrifice, adorning this gigantic earth, a little paradise. Fragrance of flowers, a peerless price. Fragrance of flowers, a peerless price. The earth's asset, let's raise and praise. See, we must inculcate our students what are all the cultural values of all these flowers. ஃப்ளவர்ஸுக்குன்ற ஒரு வேல்யூவும் நம்ம சொல்லித்தரணும் நம்மளுடைய மாணவர்களுக்கு. நிறைய பேர் இப்போ தெரியாமலே இருக்கிறாங்க. Nowadays they create YouTube channels, but we must watch it and we must try to inculcate them. Why do we use Crossandra flower? உதாரணமா கனகாம்பர பூ கூட எதுக்கு வைக்கிறோம்? Have you ever guessed? Crossandra flower, why do we adorn on our hair? To increase our knowledge. நம்மளுடைய nervesல it induces knowledge. It activates our brain. But we people, we are unaware of it. Just we adorn our hair with many flowers without knowing the purpose. Tamil is the only culture which practices science and God, that's religion, in our day-to-day life. So we must inculcate these cultural values to our progeny, to our future generations. Next please. Revelation. You all know, this is the biggest flower in the world. A scientist by name Raphael, he went to Sumatra Island and he found this flower. This flower is an insectivorous plant. It traps the insects, even the animals or human beings. It will just it will suck the blood. It will suck the blood. Okay. And this flower is 8 kilogram in weight and 50 meter in diameter. Flowers are such a big flower. Okay. A poet by name Dan Nikrent, he is also an American botanist. He wrote about Revelation. To Sumatra, the Dutch had sailed. There also the Dutch, they sailed in search of gold and treasure. And Sumatra is known for its greatest prodigy. The vegetable world has value that has hard to measure. The queen of parasites, Brown named. For Sir Raphael's and Almost price, the grandest flower in the world, a full 3 feet in size, he says. Okay, so this is the biggest flower, and this flower emanates bad smell also. We cannot go nearer to this flower. Okay, just to inform this, I have taken this poetry. Okay, next slide please. Herodotus, he is the father of history. Yes, history, and he is a Greek traveler, historian. He composed his writings in the 5th century BC. He talks about the plover birds, how it cleaned the teeth of the crocodile. See, crocodile is a dangerous animal. Birds will be afraid of crocodiles. It's a carnivorous animal, sea creature, amphibian, both living on land and water. But this bird, little bird, how it is very dare to clean the bird's teeth. That's what he has expressed in his book. The relationship between the two animals, such as crocodile and plover bird, then crane and buffalo, many examples we can say. Animal symbiosis, where each provides benefits for each other. Okay, so why can't we people help other? We should treat everyone equally. Okay, next scene. Look at the silent and violent creatures reflected in William Blake's poem, The Tiger. tiger, tiger burning bright in the forest of the night. அப்படி நல்லா point. Okay, when we start with that rhythm, in that poetry, William Blake asks this question: is that he who made thee? Oh, இந்த tiger படைச்சவரா? இந்த ஆட்டுக்குட்டியும் படைச்சிருக்கிறாரு. Violent creature, silent creature, opposite. Okay, so everything in this nature has opposite qualities, but anyway, willingness of acceptance is life. We must accept it. That's what we can learn from this poetry. Then G.K. Chesterton's The Donkey. Most of the people in this world consider donkey as a foolish animal, but it is not like that. It is also an intelligent animal. We people, we have named it as a foolish creature. He says, fools, for I also had my hour, one far fierce hour and sweet. There was a shout about my ears and palms before my feet. Over story, it will take much time, but I shall tell you this. See, the poem concludes how donkey was recognized by the masses. Jesus Christ chose donkey when he was entering the city of Jerusalem. He did not choose any other animal, horse or any other animal. How people mock this creature. So he wanted to eliminate that. Okay. That's what, see, it was when Jesus Christ rode on into Jerusalem on Palm Sunday, the Easter Sunday. Then suddenly everyone loved donkeys as they were forever tied to this story. Okay, Jesus Christ story with donkey. I could remember another story also. It's a well-known story. Once there lived a farmer. He had a well. You know, of course, but anyway, I wanted to repeat it here. He had a well which is not at all useful for him. There is no spring in that water. There is no spring. Anga onnume thanni ootru varala, fountain varala. So the well is vacuum. There is no water. He had a donkey, and that donkey is also aged. It became very old. It is not at all helpful to that master, that farmer. So what he did, one day he thought, he brought that donkey nearer by that well. And he pushed the donkey into the well. Donkey okay. And he called all the other people. See, this well is not useful for me. Let us all close the well, cover this well. Sorry, let us all cover this well. Okay. Then all the people also, they just took their shovel and the manvati, the land. So they just piled heap full of sand, dust, and they shoveled it on the donkey's body. Okay. So whenever a shovel of dirt is fallen on the donkey's back, the donkey shake it off, step up. Shake it off, step up. மேல மண்ணை போட்டுக்கிட்டே இருக்கிறாங்க. மறுபடியும் அதுக்கு மேலே அது பயன்படுத்திங்க. Okay. Who are you to say that I am a useless creature? I have life to live in this world. This donkey had that shake it off and take a step up. We must also try to learn from this story, this slogan. The people here in this world may bend a stone. Some people are there to tap on your pat on your back. Okay. சில பேர் தட்டி கொடுப்பாங்க, சில பேர் தூற்றி விடுவாங்க. So you need not consider. Okay. You just be a donkey like this, shake it off and step up. The next, please. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. He is a wonderful God also, we can say. And I could tell you his anecdote, one anecdote apart from this nature topic. Once Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, while he was preaching, okay, most of the Brahmins used to sit and listen to his talk. Every night he was found missing. Over a night, where is he going? All those people, they wanted to find what is the truth. Where he is going, where he is going. One day, a few disciples followed him, and Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa went to scheduled caste people's houses, that streets. North India, okay, there are many discriminations. In here, we have recovered from that. He had a long hair. He took that long hair, and cleaned their toilet room with his long hair. He is a God who preaches in the temple, but how he did his activities. பாருங்க, நம்மளும் போகும்போது ஒரு சின்ன சாக்லேட் பேப்பர்னா கூட sometimes we won't pick it up. Just pick it up and throw it in the dustbin. We must inculcate these values. How we must keep our place neat and tidy. We can learn from these supreme personalities. When we read his anecdote, almost we will cry. He compares the bamboos. A man can reach the roof of a house by stone stairs. ஒரு மாடி வீட்டுக்கு போகணும்னா பற்கடி போகலாம். Or ladder, we can use the ladder or a rope ladder or a rope, or even by a bamboo pole. அது மூலமாவும் போகலாம். But he cannot reach the roof if he sets foot now on one and now on another. இங்கேயும் சேத்துல ஒரு கால், அதுல ஒரு கால்னு வச்சுட்டு போக முடியாது. We must choose only one path. That path is the right path. Whatever the path you choose. So likewise, in order to realize God, a man must follow one path with all his strength. With all his strength. He says, please. Mahathiriyara, a motivational speaker, a contemporary speaker and writer. He is known for his popular books. Clarity of Power. Clarity of Power. Okay, he has published in several volumes. Then Unposted Letter. Infinitism அப்படினு ஒரு ஆப்பை இன்ட்ரோ듀ce பண்ணிருக்கார். At 11:11, angels would come down and bless us. Before 11:10, there is a song. That song is played. But after that, that infinitism app will be, what is it now? We have to maintain silence at that time. He says, how long will you curse your luck and wait under a mango tree, expecting oranges? நமக்கா luck இல்லன்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒரு மாமரத்துக்கு அடியில நின்று ஆரஞ்சு ஃப்ரூட் வேணும்னு கேட்டா சரியா? We cannot expect orange fruit standing under a mango tree. We have to grab opportunities. Don't close your eyes and think that someday somebody will call you, invite you. You have to grab. Of course, fortune knocks at your door only once. Again and again, you have to create it. Okay, that's what we can learn from this quote. Too much of expectation also leads to destruction. We should not expect a lot also. Okay, we must do our duty, but we should not expect the consequences, the results. Next, please. Without Tirukural, I cannot talk about our nature. There are many quotes, okay, from Tiruvalluvar's Tirukural. Just one quote I have taken. சிதைவிடத்து ஒழ்கார் உறவோர் புதையம்பெற் பட்டு பாடுன்றும் களிறு. Elephants are firm when arrows hit. Great minds keep fit even in defeat. See, when arrow is laid on the body of the elephant, it will just stand firmly. அப்படியே அசையாம நிற்கும். நீ எய்து பாரு, நான் நிற்கிறேன். Like that, we must have that strong mind. That's what Socrates also says. Strong minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events. Weak minds discuss people. So how we people are all, when we always talk about people in this world, our mind is weak mind. When we talk about the incidents, நான் இதை செஞ்சேன், அப்படி நடந்துச்சு, இப்படி நடந்துச்சுன்னு காலேஜில் இருந்து கதை அடிச்சு சொன்னா, அப்போ நம்ம average mind. When we discuss ideas, we all have that strong mind. So we must strengthen our mind. We must also inculcate this. How to strengthen your mind to our students. That's what. The next, please. You might have heard this story also. Be the frog that churns. Irayanbu IAS also often quoted this story in one of his books. What is that story means? There are two milk cane. Unfortunately, two frogs jumped into the milk cane. One of the frogs, it thought that I will die soon. Na milk patrathila vilunduten, so I will die soon. It is very hopeless. It becomes hopeless, and it did not do any further step to live in this world. And of course, it dies after a period of time. After that, okay, let us see the next milk came. One of the frogs, it churned and churned and churned the milk. அப்படி கடைஞ்சிட்டே இருக்கு. அப்போ when it churned the milk, cheese formed at the top of the milk. Butter or cheese, I don't know. It jumped on the cheese. When the lid is opened by the milkman, fortunately it escaped from that milk can. So how we should be, even in that hopeless condition, we must be hopeful. ரொம்ப சோர்வா ஒரு நம்பிக்கை இல்லாம போனாலும் ஒரு சின்ன ஒரு ஆப்ஜெக்டோ நம்ம கண்ணு முன்னாடி என்ன தோணுதோ அதுல இருந்து ஒரு ஹோப் நமக்கு வரும். That's what we are learning from this nature. The next is, we must always try to inspire us how to be hopeful. Without Wordsworth also, I can't complete this. Daffodils. William Wordsworth, the nature poet, the nature worshipper. This is a well-known poem. I wander lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills. தன்னந்தனியா மேக கூட்டமா அங்கும் இங்குமாக திரிந்தேன் இந்த பள்ளத்தாக்கின் மீதும். Okay, when all at once I saw a crowd. அப்படி திரும்பி பார்க்கிறார். Okay, suddenly he turned back. Thousands of yellow golden daffodils he could see. All those daffodils beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. அவ்வளோ அருமையா அழகா அப்படியே ஆடுது and the flowers. How many of us have enjoyed these natural scenery when we walk beside the lakes, like William Wordsworth? He says, a host of golden daffodils beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Then I have skipped all those lines last. For often when on my couch lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. And then my heart pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. William Wordsworth has defined poetry like this. What is poetry? Poetry is a spontaneous flow of powerful feelings and that emotions recollected in tranquility. Poetry ன்றது நம்ம நல்லா என்ஜாய் பண்றோம். Okay, we go to several places and we enjoy that nature. After returning home, when we close our eyes and think those natural scenery with our inward eye, அப்போ வரும்ல, when we take our pen and paper, at that time we will write poetry. That is what poetry, he says, full of your feelings, whatever you have expressed after enjoying the nature. And he has proved his own definition in this poem, Daffodils. Let us enjoy nature. Let us enjoy nature and be cheerful. Next, please. The cocoon. Emerson, who is well known for introducing transcendentalism in America. Transcendentalism is nothing but beyond this universe. Beyond this universe. I shall conclude it like that. He compares cocoon. What he says means a true American scholar, okay, must come out from the cocoon. Butterfly, and it will be in that the larva, then and the cocoon irukunda, and the cocoon la irundhu velila eppadi varum. Okay, how we must come out of that cocoon. Okay, that's what he says. How we must come out of that old concept of dependence or mere thinking with this realization that our day of dependence, when America was ruled by the British, America was also ruled by the Britain, and they are also celebrating their Independence Day every year on 4th July 1776. It got independence on 4th July 1776. We must always not be dependent with the nation which captured us. We must be free to think. That's what man thinking, he says. Man thinking appadina, free to think. He says we should not be a mere thinker like a parrot. Parrot repeats whatever we say, but we should not be like that parrot. We should be a free thinker, a mere thinker, a free man of free thinking. We must have that heroic mind and courageousness and creative spirit. That creative spirit must be induced within you. That flame must be kindled only by you, not by other people. The next, God's grandeur. G.M. Hopkins, Gerald Manley Hopkins, a well-known poet who is known for his curtain sonnet. The sonnet na 14 lines na irukum nam padichirukom. Octave sestet. A sonnet was introduced by Petrarch in Italy. Then it was introduced into England by Wyatt and Surrey. After that, Shakespeare modified it. We call it Shakespearean sonnet, Spenserian sonnet, Shakespearean sonnet, many types of sonnets. But they always follow 14 and the poetic lines. But this is the only poet who breaks that rules, and he wrote it for about 16 lines. In this poem he says, generations have trod, and all is seared with trade, bleared, smeared with toil, and wears a man's smudge, shares man's smell. The soil is bare now. The soil at present is bare now. Nor can foot feel being showed. See, in God's grandeur, the poet wanted to convey this message. What is the message? We people are always destroying this nature, but the nature rejuvenates itself. தன்னை தானே புதுப்பிச்சுக்குது இயற்கை. அதுக்கும் ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள், that's also an example. எப்படின்னா, at the top of the Himalayan mountain, recently they found a fish bone. Once upon a time, the Himalayas was submerged into the sea. ஒரு குழுக்கு தான் அப்படிதான், அவ்வளவுதான், one shake. Nature rejuvenates itself, but we people are all destroying. We have trod. Okay, நம்ம நடந்து எல்லாத்தையும் அழிச்சிட்டோம். Okay, we cover our foot also with the slippers, so we could not feel the earth's feeling. பூமி தாயோட அந்த புனிதமான ஃபீலிங்கை கூட நம்மளோட உணர முடியல. ஸ்லிப்பர்ஸ் யூஸ் பண்றதுனால. Okay, says this poet also, When I started reading Vivekananda's words, I followed. Whenever I take class, I removed my slippers and used to take class. Okay? Because whatever I feel, my students also must feel it. The teacher must be a good inspirational source for him. A teacher must be a teacher according to him. So we must practice, sing, trade, okay, industries, waste, corona, in the COVID period. Though COVID is a blessing in disguise, most of the people are washing their hands often with soap water, liquid, soil. What soap water? Sorry, liquids. Soil has lost its fertility. That's what. Okay. And he says, is where now nor can foot feel, being showed. See, when you walk along a narrow path, there are many grasses. புற்கள் நிறைய இருக்கு. நடந்து போறீங்கன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. புல்லு கூட வலி கொடுக்கும் நமக்கு. இன்னொன்று நெகட்டிவாக சொல்றேன். This man has such negative vibrations. இவன் கால கீழே நம்ம கூட வளர முடியாது. நீ நட, நான் வழி கொடுக்கிறேன் அப்படின்னு ஓரமா அது வளருது. You have seen many roads wherever man walks, grasses never grow. How grasses analyzed the character of human beings and it leaves way for us. Okay? Look at the seasons, the change in a cyclic process. Winter season, rainy season, winter season, then summer, autumn, how it changes. எல்லாருக்கும் அப்படிதான் ஒரே காலமா இருக்காது. Okay? Like ebb and flow of waves. Life is of both negatives and positives. But we must try to learn a lot from this nature. Do not doubt the trusted one. Do not trust the doubted one. Because God has given us real eyes to realize the real lies. So don't doubt the trusted one. Don't trust the doubted one. Just I shall conclude like this. In Wordsworth's poetry, he says, the nature is the nurse, the nature is the guide, the nature is our guardian. It is the guardian of my heart. It is the soul of all my moral being. நான் ஒழுக்கமா வாழ கத்து கொடுக்கிறதும் இந்த நேச்சர் தான் அப்படின்னு வேர்ட்ஸ்வர்த் சொல்றார். Okay? Decorum does one dignity more than life got its purity. What is the Quran? Familiar Quran. Decorum does one dignity more than life got its purity. The same tone you can guess. Decorum does one dignity more than life got its purity. Yes. ஒழுக்கம் விழுப்பம் தரலாம். Yes. So we can learn disciplines, decorums, decent behaviors from birds, from animals, from all the nature creatures. Next, please. So, to study thyself, to know thyself, study nature. நீ யாரு அப்படின்னு நீங்க தெரிஞ்சுக்க விரும்புறீங்கன்னா முதல்ல நம்ம இயற்கையை படிப்போம். So study nature. Man is this universe and this universe is man. Nature is the great book. Nature has foremost and predominant influence on man. So we must make use of this nature as the greatest book in this world, and let us all treat this nature as our great teacher. I shall conclude with Rabindranath Tagore's national anthem meaning. Of course you know, anyway I just want to conclude it. Janagana Mana Adi Nayaka. What Rabindranath Tagore says, it is full of nature. How nature feels upon God. Janagana Mana Adi Nayaka. You are the, oh God, you are the minds, you are the ruler of the minds of the people. Oh my dear God, you are the ruler of the minds of the people. எங்களுடைய மனதை ஆள்றவங்க நீங்க தான். Oh my God, all the rivers, okay, in Adla Dravidian, Uttar Pradesh, all those states we mentioned in national anthem, it chants all the rivers in the states of our nation, chants the mantra while the river runs, it chants the mantra. Your mantra. கடவுளுடைய நாமத்தை அழகா நதி கூட சொல்லிக்கிட்டே ஓடுது. Okay. Then Himalaya and Vindhya hills echoes your names. Those hills echo the names of God. கடவுளுடைய பெயர் எதிரொலிக்குது. Why can't we people? So nature is God. God is nature. That universe is man. Whatever the elements present in this body is present in the soil. Whatever the elements present in the soil are present in this universe. Let us respect all the creatures in this world. Nature and all creatures preach us a lot. Thank you for giving me this.
Amazing, ma'am. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I recollect my memories. I'm going to the college days, especially my English classes. Really, I enjoyed it. Thank you so much for that.
Then,
நாம் இயற்கையில் மிதந்த மாதிரி இருந்துச்சு. நாங்கள் ரொம்ப நாள் ஆச்சு ஒரு நானும் காலேஜ் டேஸ் தான் எனக்கு ஞாபகம் வந்துச்சு. நான் தமிழ் பேராசிரியர். எனக்கு உங்களுடைய வே ஆஃப் டீச்சிங் லெக்சர் ஒரு மாதிரி அதாவது அந்த சொர்க்கலோகத்தில் அந்த மாதிரி எங்களுடைய நம்ம லிட்ரேச்சர் அதை நீங்கள் எப்படி ரசிச்சிருக்கிறீங்க, அதை எங்கெல்லாம் கோடிட்டு எப்படி வாழ்க்கையோட நம்ம வாழ்க்கைக்கும் இயற்கைக்கும் நம்ம புறந்தள்ளி போய்கிட்டே இருக்கிறோம். அதை திரும்ப நீங்கள் ரீகலெக்ட் பண்ணது எங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம் மேம். அருமையான உரை, வாழ்த்துக்கள் மேம்.
Hello, good morning, ma'am. I'm not old enough to greet you. You're having a mellifluous voice, and I'm...
Actually, I had a cold and fever once past.
Oh, even though your voice is mellifluous. And you're having a winsome smile on your face. How could you withstand? How could you maintain this? I have to learn that. Because of your husband. Right.
For every man's success,
yeah, behind
there is wife. And for my success, my husband is...
Yeah. I understood after gone through your profile. And I want some tips from you. How could you manage the time? Because since we are a housewife and we are having many roles in our life, and you strengthen your profile. So as I'm English literature, I have to, when I was seeing your profile, I was amazed, and I have some ideas to update, to strengthen my profile. So how could you manage the time? You have started a YouTube channel and many things you are doing. So how could what's the tips to say for us?
Just to see with the NACO activities also in our college. But every day I used to work for my own professional activities. At least half an hour I will work. Otherwise, if I don't have time, I will work at night also. Whenever I have some thought to write poetry, even at 2 o'clock sometimes I used to take my notebook and write poetry. 11:30 or 2 o'clock, whatever the time may be, just I will spend half an hour for my professional career.
Okay, thank you.
Please practice it.
Thank you, ma'am.
எல்லாரும் டைம்ல சொல்லிட்டே தான்
No,
இருப்போம்.
we can't manage
Half
the
an
time.
hour உங்களுக்காண்டி ஒதுக்கி பாருங்க.
Yeah.
This college will become a successful college in the future.
Thank you.
சார் மாதிரி ரொம்ப பெரியவங்க இங்க வந்து உங்களை அவ்வளோ என்கரேஜ் பண்றாங்க. சும்மா புகழணும்னு இல்லை தான். Okay, to inspire all the teachers, it's not a little thing. It has some greater values. So you please realize it. You try to learn from many professors or teachers who have come here. Now I am nothing. Okay, comparing to all the other people, I am nothing. Just that's what I could tell you. Whatever we have learnt in this world, just a handful. It is not vast ocean. So you please contribute your part. Your college will be in a certain height after at least 2 years. I expect you from this. I shall pray for you also.
Good to see you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Here the spectators are here from different departments actually.
Yes.
But really I wondered that you have brought a unique lecture from literature. You have included science, social and culture, social responsibility as quite amazing one that I would like to appreciate it. And I would like to say another thing, that really I thank you for persuading our aesthetic sense also. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I am very thankful to giving this wonderful opportunity. I want to give special thanks for you, ma'am, to attend these prestigious occasions. Nature is a preacher, creator, teacher. It's doing many roles. But nature is a God gift. Nature is God gift. We destroy the nature day by day, but we don't know why we destroy the nature. Nature is a beauty of nature. Nature is God gift. Nature is God gift. So now we try to preserve the nature. We have to protect the nature from hostilities peoples. Okay, nature is the great wisdom of mother. Okay, thank you.
Teaching allows you to shape the future of younger generations, and thus you contribute towards building a cultured society. We have opportunities because we are teachers. Every day we are going to classes. Every day minimum 2 classes we are handling. Maximum 3 classes we are handling. You teach your students in an innovative way. Every day you learn. You share the learned things with your students. Your knowledge will be improved. You can impress the students. Okay. Now I see some changes at the level of teachers. Okay. A great people says, coming together is beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. Okay. So it is a very great moment. I thank our resource person who delivered a very nice lecture covering science, spirituality, nature and creatures. Okay, we can talk more. Okay, anyhow, I thank her on behalf of you all. What are thanks?
ஒரு கோடி உணர்ச்சிகளை தாங்கும் ஒற்றை சொல் நன்றி. ஆம், நன்றி மறப்பது நன்றன்று, நன்று அல்லது அன்றே மறப்பது நன்று என்ற வான்புகழ் வள்ளுவனின் வரிகளை தாண்டி நன்றி நவில அன்புடன் ஆங்கிலத்துறை உதவி பேராசிரியர் எல். சூர்யா அவர்களை அன்புடன் அழைக்கிறேன்.
Good morning to one and all gathered here. I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks in this memorable occasion. I would maintain that thank our highest form of thought and gratitude is happiness doubled by wonder. Today is the day when we are all here with grateful heart. Gratitude is the fairest blossom which springs from our soul. On behalf of our teachers fraternity, I would like to thank our chief guest, Assistant Professor Dr. V.P. Radhi, for her wonderful, thoughtful and insisting speech. Ma'am, I personally, just think and feel a real living Emily Dickinson is in front of here, ma'am. We are really amazed and we really admire, ma'am. We are just infected by your beauty sense, ma'am. Nature is not only all that it is visible to eye, it is also includes the inner picture of soul. Then the great nature poet William Wordsworth says, "Come forth into light of things, let nature be your teacher." Nature never did betray to heart that love her. In the poem Turblestone, Wordsworth says, "One impulse from your vernal wood may teaches you more of man, of evil and of good, than all the sages can." Finally, I would like to express a deep sense of gratitude to our college president, vice principal, secretary, correspondent, treasurer, and all the executive members, and a self-finance coordinator, and our college faculty member. Success of any event is not possible without dedication and hard work. So I would like to thank our principal, Dr. O. Ravi sir, for his day-to-day guidance and unflinching support, providing encouragement at every point of time. It will encourage us to take a bold step towards the resounding success. It is so heartening to see such a overwhelming support from our teachers fraternity and feedback for their rendering and valuable comment. Last but not least, let me acknowledge our technical committee for their wonderful support. Thank you all.
Condolence, இரங்கல் கூட்டம். நமது கல்லூரியில் 1994ஆம் ஆண்டு முண்டிக்குண்டு, உசிலம்பட்டி அருகில் உள்ள முண்டிக்குண்டு என்ற கிராமத்தில் பிறந்தவர் ரவிச்சந்திரன். அவர் நமது கல்லூரியில் 1994ஆம் ஆண்டு முதலில் தோட்டக்காரராக, கார்டனராக பணிபுரிந்து பின்பு இளநிலை உதவியாளராக பணியேற்று, அவர் ஆச்சரியமாக இருக்கிறது, கடந்த வெள்ளிக்கிழமை கூட இந்த பணியில் இருந்தவர் சனிக்கிழமை திடீர்னு ஞாயிற்றுக்கிழமை இரவு 7:15 மணிக்கு இறந்து விட்டார் என்ற செய்தி, இயற்கை எய்து விட்டார் என்ற செய்தி நமக்கு கிடைத்திருக்கிறது. அதனால் அவருக்கு ஒரு நிமிடம் அவருடைய ஆத்மா சாந்தியை மௌன அஞ்சலி செலுத்துமாறு கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறேன்.